everyone, it's Adrienne here. It's Friday, October the 17th, and I just wanted to stop by with a few updates for you, some energy updates of what's happening in this world and these cosmic energy vibes going on right now. And I don't know, can you feel it? It's such a powerful time right now. And you may know that Pluto just went direct in 1 degree Aquarius, my sign, thank you. And I don't know if it's just me as an Aquarian or if it's everyone. I'm guessing it might be a lot of people are feeling the pressure. It feels, I would imagine, how a diamond feels as it's being transformed from coal into a precious gemstone of a diamond. It's been intense. Nowhere to hide. So that's what we're starting off with. There's a lot of things going on, but in the sky. Um, but while I'm not a professional astrologer, I've studied astrology for most of my life because it's been such an incredible mirror for me to learn about pattern, not only intergenerational patterns, but personal patterns, archetypes, the way that we use and develop our energy. And so what's really up in my grill right now, let's say, is is today we have Chiron and Aries, which is my birth placement, in opposition, direct opposition to Libra, where the sun is. And we also have Venus that just entered into Libra. And for those of you that may not know, Venus rules Libra as well. So it's at its home domicile, let's say. So Venus, as a ruler of Libra, has to do with topics of beauty and balance and relationship and aesthetics, and of course, justice. And so the sun is lighting this up. And right across from it is the Aries, which is the I am. It is the divine spark of life. And so we're in this dance between the me and the we. But there's more. As we do this dance, we are being asked to look at and heal, to reconcile the wounds, for lack of a better word. I mean, Chiron is the wounded healer, around balance within the self. And this is happening right as we step into the big No Kings March tomorrow, a movement that represents relating to each other and power in whole different ways than we have before. And the dichotomy is like exaggerated to the ninth degree, to the nth degree. And I wonder where they get that from, right? Nth degree, because astrology is all about degrees, right? So specifically for us personally, this alignment is inviting us in to heal a deep chasm. And it's personal, but it's also really generational. The generational wounds around the self. And really, it's the false or incomplete sense of self that we've inherited that has been causing us so much suffering, because this version of the self required self-denial and sacrifice and self-erasure just to belong. And so this is a deep collective wound in our psyche. And this is the intention, this is the threshold of the age of Aquarius that's being ushered in right now. And this is just one of the initiations. There are many, and this is not an overnight process. This is a process of an age. And so, the real hotspot, let's say, is this place between self and other and the wounds there. That's what we're being asked to look at. That's what we're being asked to heal. And Libra is the sign of the people pleaser, the diplomat, the one who will reject, exile parts of themselves in order to maintain harmony, even if it's just an illusion. But it is that illusion that has kept authentic peace beyond our grasp. And so we're being asked to look at all of these factors as we step into this season of astrology. And we're being asked to look at the collective field, especially here in the United States. But really, it's all across the world this is happening, where old systems of power by dominance and the idea that, America was founded on the Declaration of Independence. But we see that that was all part of the illusion because it's unraveling. We no longer can pretend that we're not interdependent. And this is shifting our model of power from suppression to look at our interconnected, interdependent nature and the vulnerability between the you and the I that was denied for so long in order to conquer, in order to create the warrior consciousness of Aries. And Aries is in Scorpio right now, I believe. It is in Scorpio, which is its ruling house, which is, the god of war. And so we have all of this happening right now as we're being asked to begin to discover what it means to actually embody and practice interdependence in our systems and our structures. The good news is that once we begin to shift in resonance from the idea that we're independent, siloed creatures, that we're actually independent, the systems and structures will start to reflect that because creation mirrors consciousness. And so the proper systems will start emerging out of our consciousness. And this is so Aquarian, right? Aquarian is the glyph of the water, 2 lines, and it is the woman or man, depending on, what version you see, pouring out the waters of life to humanity. But it's not necessarily water per se, but the vibration of aliveness, the subtle vibration of creation, the true channel and currency of humanity that has been clamped down, been squeezed into uncomfortable labels and categories that really constrict our life force and our true expression in the name of the common good. Meanwhile, we're losing huge aspects of our individuality, which is our individual potential, which actually contributes to the whole. And so we're being asked to learn how to navigate this new, expansive way of seeing ourselves in the we. And this all comes out of something I wanted to share with you, which is an invitation. And the invitation came out of, I really think, this practice that I've been doing all week, which is chanting of the Gayatri Mantra, which is one of the most divine mantras. And it's just 4 basic lines, and you can Google it and you can see it. I'm not going to translate it here. But really, the technology of mantra is treatment through sound, and it's treatment of the human organism through sound. And the sound is like a medicine. It's a frequency medicine that reminds us of our true nature. And so through this week, I've been treating myself with this mantra in my soul and my spirit and my mind and my body to help myself remember my true frequency that is aligned with all creation, with the mother, with the planet. It is the great mother mantra. And so as I've been doing this, the question emerged this week of what if my life, what if your life is a ritual to what you value most? What if each moment, each action, each word becomes an offering and a devotion to what we truly value? And this is the essence of sacred activism, which I wrote about this month in my October blog, where we can bring reverence to the seemingly ordinary or day-to-day, drudgery of life, and we infuse it with the essence of the sacred as a remembering of who we are. And so I'll put the link to the October post in the description of this video in case you haven't seen that or read that. But we are being asked right now to become the embodiment of Earth herself. We already are, right? Our body is already made out of her. It's in the womb, right? We have water that comes into the earth that makes the body that we live in until we take our last breath. And this earth body is actually the place, I should say. It's the place of reconciliation between heaven and earth. And when I say heaven, I mean the principles that are related to heaven, like liberation and love and truth. And for example, the United States, if you're here in the United States, our nation was founded on these heavenly ideals of liberty and justice for all and freedom. And yet the promise was altered. It was confined to a certain class of people. And while other people were being forgotten and repressed and exiled and rejected and excluded. And so this distortion created a great shadow in our country that we're now having to confront today. And it's not pretty. There's nothing nice about it. It's painful. It's ugly. But this is the split at the root of this country. And it's coming up for healing. All the places between me and thee, the I and we that have been wounded. This is the Chiron in Aries in opposition to Libra. And that is my birth placement. I was born with Aries in Chiron. So a whole generation was. And that generation now is coming at the top of the wave to right this misalignment, because there is no healing of we the people without the healing of the I, the individual. And this requires a deep listening of the self, something that's not very popular in our culture. In fact, it's long been demonized. Uh, and, you know, even, for example, the model we have of prayer isn't necessarily connection with the inner self, it's connection with a plea to an outer authority. Um, and I don't want to generalize, right? Everyone has a different practice of prayer. I'm just speaking from my own personal experience growing up in the church, with this idea that there's this Father Sky God out there, and I got to go to church and I have to talk to the priest, um, and it seemed to be missing the whole message that's already written in our hearts. Like, I don't need to go to a church for that. I don't need to read the Bible for that. I am the holy book. It's in my DNA. It's in nature. It's all around us. And that's a disservice that's happened. And so, well, it's a distraction from actually connecting with ourselves at the level that we need to create the doorway to freedom. We can't circumvent the self, no matter how much we might want to. And it's an invitation to use our creative abilities given to us by the creator of the imagination. Because if we can imagine a world of destruction, we can also use our imagination to create a world of connection. If we used our imagination to create a world of exile, we can use that same imagination to create a world of inclusion. And if we use that imagination to create scarcity and lack, we can also use our same imagination to create enough for everyone. In fact, there already is enough for everyone. We already know that. It's just that the systems haven't caught up with us yet. And so that's what we're in the process of doing as we move through mid-October and we approach the Scorpio season. The sun goes into Scorpio on October the 23rd. So we're just on our way there in a couple of days. And then we're going to enter the underworld, a time to commune with our ancestors and to listen to the wisdom that they left for us, to reclaim all the buried treasures of everything that we've suppressed, rejected. It's our unclaimed potential. And this portal is asking us, in fact, requiring us that we move forward with a level of humility and dignity and devotion. And one way that I know how to do this is to make every act in my life a ritual to what I value most. And of course, we all have a different version of that. And right now, there is a strong pull to distract ourselves, to numb out, to collapse into our pain. I get you, because me too. Me too. It's a lot. And I want to really acknowledge that for all of us. What we're going through right now isn't easy. It's a transformation of an age. And like I said, that pressure on that diamond gets so intense. And this is the time where acts of devotion can ground our being into our everyday practice. so we can stay awake. So important right now to stay awake. As this Chiron is opposing the sun and Venus, these old wounds are surfacing and they're painful. That's why we pushed them down. And there are parts of us that are beyond words. Like we don't even have the words for the level of pain and anguish that some of us never had the social space to acknowledge. Like we weren't even allowed to feel those things because it was too upsetting to the people around us. So these are the fragments that are being polished, that are being brought to the altar as as gifts to ourselves and to Creator. So we can surrender them to the intelligence of Source, and that we can forgive ourselves and others, and we can release ourselves from these unrealistic imprints that aren't serving us any longer. And this is the hard part, right? Because we hold on to these things because they're familiar, and we hold on to them for dear life, even though that they might be dead. And this is Scorpio. In order to let the new in, we're going to have to let go of the old. And it seems scary. And so, as I awoke into this inquiry, what if my life was a ritual? What kind of things would I do throughout my day to drop into that sacred energy? And this is particularly important, I think, as this pseudo spirituality or the shadow spirituality that is showing up right now, not only in Christianity, but in the love and light communities, in the spiritual communities, in the light worker communities. And I'm saying that there's all these beautiful ideas and platitudes, but they're actually missing implementation and embodiment in day-to-day practices. And so this morning when I sat down to have my breakfast, a prayer or a blessing came to me, and I want to share it with you. And this is just one way you can create little rituals in your life to remind yourself what's important, what you value, to praise it and honor it, to focus and put your attention on it so it grows and flourishes and gets roots and begins to take root in your life. So my prayer, let me pull it up here. Just want to say that this was my blessing, and after I said it out loud, I sat down and I wrote it best as I could. I didn't get it exactly, but you're welcome to use it, or maybe it inspires you to write your own blessings, whatever resonates with you. So this is what I said. I acknowledge and thank all the kingdoms of life, all the domains of consciousness, and all forms of being on this planet and beyond. I give thanks for the amazing play of creation, for the privilege of being here to witness the magnificence of life. I offer gratitude for this meal, for the intricate systems that created it and that sustain me, from the tiniest cells and atoms to every plant, animal, human, and unseen ally, to the ascended masters, teachers, and guides, to the angelic hosts and the supreme source of all that is. I bow in reverence. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. So that is the prayer that I said today. And now that I'm reading it again, I think that I will add a part of it that says something like, may I release all that is not aligned with the truth. May I see and understand with humility and grace. Something like that. I'm going to refine it for myself to where it lands, boom, and it feels like resonant with my being. So I invite you to take it and revise it or write your own, something that calls you in to the sacredness of a life. And so I want to thank you all for being here and listening to my energy update. If you're marching this weekend, please stay safe and grounded. And before I go, for those of you that don't know, I want to share a few of the upcoming offerings I have for October. The first one is my 6-week online care shop that I've been putting together for over a year now. I've offered it twice already, so this is the third offering. So it's been even more deeply refined. And it is a 6-week container where you are provided support in looking at a snapshot of your nervous system as a reflection of your developmental journey so that you can hold yourself with compassion and kindness and reverence, and then recreate a regenerative nervous system plan to support yourself and the intelligence of your nervous system working to keep you safe in this world. So that starts at the end of October. I believe that one is the 22nd, which is a Wednesday. So 6 consecutive Wednesdays. And my second offering starts the last week in October on the 28th, which is on Tuesdays. For 6 consecutive Tuesdays, I'm offering my other amazing container called the Energetic Toolkit. And this is for sensitives or empaths to reorientate or to discover your energetic imprint, how you organize energy by your natural design, not through your caregiver's imprints or the culture or the schools that raised you, but through your unique soul rhythm. I know for me, I realized that I had been trying to operate in a orientation that was not my most empowering version of myself, let's say. And it's that's one aspect. The other aspect is identifying my own energy frequency so I could create energetic boundaries, clean my energetic space, learn how to break and move through energetic contracts that aren't serving me. And so this is really an opportunity to develop your intuitive power that you already have, but may not always validate or listen to. And something about getting together in a group creates an amplified field where our ability to connect with our intuition gains momentum. So I'll put both of the links in the description of this video if you're interested. And thank you again for listening. I'm so glad that you're here. And I'm wishing you all the best in navigating this atmosphere that we're in right now. So until next time, please remember what a valuable treasure you are. And I'll see you soon. Bye for now.